Greetings, everyone. I'm the rebellious one, also known as a unicorn, and you are tuned in to my channel. Thank you for being here. Please press the like button, subscribe, and press the bell so you'll know when I drop new content. I just had to go out on me a little walk. The Lord God is not playing. It is cold outside for real. With that being said, I think I want to break something down. Been doing a little, you know, thinking, within my own mind. People always try to tell you that that's not a good thing. They always on the move or be doing something, but that's the difference. Some people are movers and mechanics and different things they like to do with their hands and feet, and then some people are thinkers, and that's just what it is. And people shouldn't try to cross into the other people's things. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Who cares about all that? But there's one thing that I like to talk about that I think people kind of need to take a grasp for. I like to call it repeated sin. In other words, addiction. Now, let's just be honest with ourselves. Straight up honest. We cannot continue to do the same things and then say I know that it's an addiction and that I have to work on it. When you going to work on it? If you're a whoremonger is what they call it, or a promiscuous woman, and you know that this is wrong, when you going to work on it? It's time, as I keep saying in all my messages, the time to rid your flesh of wanting to do what it wants to do and walking in spirit. That time is now. You ain't gonna be able to be like the old people that sit back and they talk to you and they tell you, they be like, hey, yeah, young buck, young whippersnapper, whatever the names they call you. Man, when I back in your day, man, I used to do all this, that, and the third. Because you may not make it to be their age. So you can't even think like that. Our lives is like a mist. We can't even think like that no more. We can't, pandemic and everything going on showing us that we might not make it to be that age. You got to start right now. At this exact moment today. You got to start making a change. Now, I know that it ain't going to be easy, because making a change at something that has been a habit that you've been doing for a long time, that's not something that's going to be easy to do. But at the end of the day, you got to do it, because you can't continuously keep on talking about the same thing to the Lord and expecting him to listen and bless what you're talking about. Or you can't keep on doing the same thing and expecting that he don't allow the angel of death to have you. As I keep telling people all the time, Jesus is the peacemaker. The Lord is the Lord. He is black and white. We either do what the commandment says or face the consequences. That's what used to happen before Jesus showed up. As I said before, don't take anything that I tell you as gospel. I like for my people, or for the people that subscribe to me, or the people that follow me, I like for you to be judicious in your research, where you say, I'm going to listen to what he said, but then I'm going to go look up some stuff myself to make sure that it lines up with things. And I believe you should. And I encourage that. And if I'm wrong on something, please hit the comments and tell me that I'm wrong. Or tell me the discussion you have, and then we'll go back and forth about it. It's just really a lot of things that we got to start beginning to grasp. And what people are not understanding, that repentance means that after I do that I really make a conscious effort from that day forward to not continue the same thing. I can't cheat on my first wife, the relationship ends, then I do the same thing to my second wife. And then so on and so on and so on. Then I'm like, Jesus, oh, he understands. I will agree with you. He does understand. But the Bible also talks about being disciplined. See, that's the thing that I always notice with people about the Bible is that, even myself included, a while back, I don't say I try to do that now, but who knows? I'm human, so I may try it again. But my plan is not to try it again. But we take what we want out of it, and then we leave out what we don't want left in it. Like, for example, it says, honor thy mother and thy father, and thy days will be long. But it also says that the parent is not supposed to provoke their children as well. Or people say the money is the root of all evil, but then it says the love of money is the root of all evil. And people always say, we perish from lack of knowledge. But then they fail to hear the rest of it that says, because you reject knowledge, I will reject thee. Which means that it's knowledge been there the whole time, and you refuse to look it up. Meaning you took the blue pill and went back to sleep when you knew it was knowledge there to wake up. And you refused and rejected because you like what you're doing. We can't continue on in that mindset. So many people are being taken from a pandemic. Honestly, it didn't take till probably about 3 weeks ago, maybe 2, where I actually like went on YouTube and like went back on the TV, on the DVR, and actually seen how bad it was. And I was like, dang, that's pretty bad. Both young and old being taken. Snatched away before their time. Have a moment of silence for them. And then when you do that, instead of always wanting to be here and be there, spend time in your head and just play with the thoughts in your mind about where their life was headed. Were they out in the closet? Were they cheating on their wives? Were they not happy in the situation where they in? Were they struggling with understanding the religion? Where was these odd some people at in their walk of life? And then for it to be snatched from them like this. See, some people don't ever want to put themselves in a perspective like that because, as I say all the time, we always say it's our life to live. That is such the fleshly saying possible that is your life to live. You do know that you're a spirit at the end of the day. That this is a fight with your clay. I really wasn't trying to make that rhyme, but as I said before, I write songs, I write poems, I write rap songs. Well, I used to write this stuff. I don't write it anymore because regardless whether you're saying it with your mouth or you're writing it for someone else, you're still doing the bidding of the fallen ones. We got to begin to reach in our conscious minds. Excuse me. In our conscious minds to really think about different aspects, putting ourselves in other people's shoes realistically. and understanding that although it's not us, but using it as a stepping stone, maybe we're stuck on that same step. Maybe that thought right there in your head about your next door neighbor, just imagining their life, or maybe someone's life that you already know about. Maybe just thinking about that and saying, I may not have the time to do that. Tomorrow could be my day. Next week could be my day. I need to make this next step. Don't allow yourself to be like your other ancestors that never saw the promised land due to stubbornness, due to complaining, due to not trusting the Lord at what He says He's going to do. Or even thinking that He made mistakes. Because He says, when have I ever been weak? When have I ever failed? He's telling you that in His Word. Are you allowing human fleshly ambitions to make you think that He's made a mistake? Are you allowing people to tell you what to do? You can't allow that. I've separated myself from a lot of different people that were in my life for a long time. Sometimes that's what you have to do. When you feel like there's a calling on you, when you see certain things that can't be explained, and when you explain it to another human being, they think you're weird. They think you're crazy. They think you lost all your marbles. But nothing that you're saying is bad, right? So those come the times where you got to separate yourself because someone is your brother, someone is your sister. That's what the disciples were. They were brothers. After Jesus died, they all departed from one another after all the training they had, whether it was good training or bad training. Same thing as with a sisterhood. It may come a point in time where y'all have to take stones and throw them in a different direction, and then in that direction you go. It's going to come a point in time in your walk where you're going to have to do that because, to be honest with you, everyone has different callings. Sometimes people have accepted certain things within themselves, and that no one's going to change that. And that's fine. But don't allow it to hinder you on where you need to go because, as I say all the time, we have a purpose we must serve. Our spirit will return to our Father at some point in time when that day comes. I pray that you live long. But at some time, it's going to happen. You cannot allow anyone or anything to stand between that because you don't serve people. You serve the Most High God, Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Nissi. You serve Him and allow Him to tell you what your next moves are. But one thing's for sure, He can use anyone to hinder your walk. And when I say He, your book of Jubilee tells them what they did. Your book of Enoch tells you what they did. And when you understand those things, you got to understand what you must do. Because the water's not coming anymore. You see that with your rainbows. Now that I look back over time, I see now that I kind of missed a lot of different signs. Like, there's a point in time where I got me a truck. I had my CDL and I was driving down interstate. I remember I was in Illinois and I seen at least 15 rainbows back to back, back to back, back to back, back to back. And I swear on this Holy Bible, I seen it. On this Holy Bible, I seen it. I didn't recognize it then. Or like I said yesterday, I seen a whole bunch of different animals when I'm driving the interstate. Like literally, you're seeing them in the roads now. And it didn't dawn on me to the Sabbath day that they're not mating anymore. That they're in tune with the universe and what it says, and that their father told them not to mate anymore. That our good springs, that our good lakes that we get our bottled and purified water from are drying up. And they don't want to tell you because they're about getting their money. And it would increase panic. It would increase the scared people to buy up all of it. You got a brief little taste of what it would be like in the days to come. And everyone literally lost their minds at certain stores where they had to put a limitation on what you could and couldn't get. How selfish is that? Worried about ourselves would be what one would say. They say the average American household has 3 kids in it. So if you bought the big 12-pack roll of tissue, that would be enough to hold your house down to the next time. You could be a good enough parent to tell your child, I don't know, 3 squares, 5 squares, use the bathroom. That would be thinking about my neighbor. It's a lot of different things that we're showing our Father that we have yet to learn from our ancestors. Even if you're not reading the Bible, you could read certain encyclopedias or certain history books or look up someone on Wikipedia and you can see where they fell short, but then you follow right behind them. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not saying that I don't fall short and that I don't do different things or that are the third. But not learning. There's so much knowledge there for us. There's so many different things that we could do. But we refuse to do them. We refuse to do it. We will make every single effort to fight against everything that we know is right. We will allow people that we know are wrong and unrighteousness to lead us and tell us what to do. Granted, I'm not telling you to go storm the Capitol building. I'm not telling you that every politician is the same way or that every religious figure is the same way. But what I'm saying is, how can you allow them to tell you what to do? How can you allow them to tell you that the rules are different now? I hear people saying that now. They say, Oh, you're in the old fashioned ways. It's the 21st century now. So the rules no longer apply. So the rules were only for back then. They're not for now. Tell me if I'm wrong. So killing a person back then is wrong. Killing a person now is wrong. Then it's always been wrong. You know why? Like you pray for your government, but you know why? I see that a governor or a senator or being a political figure is a hard task to overcome because you have to make the left hand right and make the left hand happy and the right hand happy. So it's like hard to decipher between the two. But you still must stand on your own principles because that's why we vote you into office. That's why your campaign picks up so much steam. It goes for the YouTuber, it goes for the Instagrammer, it goes for the Facebooker, it goes for any person. No matter how talented you are, no matter how talented that you are, your character must line up with that. I've been saying that for the last couple messages because if you don't have no character, then you'll wind up signing something that you don't want to sign, and there's several different ways it can go. You killing yourself, them killing you, are you being mental in society? Are you being ridiculed and pushed away? There's so many different ways. Because I keep telling people all the time, I could have been a millionaire 4, 5, 6, 7 times over if I would have just not had character. Character means something. Talent has always meant something. Everyone's born with talent. If someone tell you you're not talented, you're a liar. You're just choosing the easy way. It's easy to cut on your phone, make a video, do something stupid, have everybody laughing at you. That's easy. But what you're saying with the words, that's the hard part. Because not everybody's delivering no messages these days. Because as I said, most people just want to think and do what it is they want to do. And then you sit around and you encourage everybody else to do what it is they want to do. And as I keep telling you, that is a fleshly way of thinking. Because at the end of the day, you are a spirit. I've had people that I've been friends with for half my life tell me that, no, bro, no. But, Egyptian people tell you this. Your Babylonians told you this. The Persians told you this. The Greeks told you this. You watch it all the time in movies where they say, let's burn the person's body and their spirit gonna go wherever, to the afterlife. But you still continue to dispute something that is facts. Like 5 + 5 = 10. And then you will literally tell me that, no, man, if 5 + 5, then if you do this, it's 10, bruh. It's 10, king. It's 10, queen. It's always been 10. It will forever be 10. So you battling with this every single day. Is you going to keep letting it win? I'm telling you now, man. Don't let your flesh get you burnt up. Because your flesh already stand down where it's at. So wherever you leave that flesh, it remains there and you return to your Father's spirit. So he came to help you in the equation. That should be your battle every day. And as I said before, not saying that some days that they ain't gonna get the best of you, but I'm saying it's still a battle that you need to understand that you must fight every day. Your flesh gonna tell you go pick up that lean. Your flesh gonna tell you go pick up that blunt. Your flesh gonna tell you to go whatever it is that you do. It's gonna tell you to do it. Everything can be done in moderation, so maybe sometimes your spirit gonna have to tell your flesh, like, I don't need to hit the cup today. I don't need to hit the weed today. I'll do it some other time. Just being straight up. Because I ain't no saint. I'm a sinner. But I'm no saint. I'm just someone here who been through a lot of stuff. I want to see you get better. Praying that you get better. Because I know one thing. I'm going to work at getting better every day. And I'm going to work at giving them hell every day. What other purpose do we have than to do it in honor of him? And then after you do it in honor of him, then you do it in honor of Jesus. Because I ain't going to the cross